with your host, Sean Myrie. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all podcast platforms. This episode is about, the biggest character in the world, Mr. Donald Trump. Thursday night, he had an announcement, a big announcement. He claims this was supposed to be a big announcement, but once again, it's some bull crap that he's putting out there to try to fool a lot of people, especially the American people. So, some of the highlights of what his announcement was about was like a rerun. He was complaining about the 2020 elections, saying that China was meddling in the elections. He blamed China for that. Once again, bringing up China, which is making a bad relationship with America. So he got beef with China right now. And China, guess what? They don't give a damn. Who is this going to benefit by blaming China? So Donald Trump, once again, is pointing blame at somebody else, and he is blaming China for screwing up his elections in 2020, right? So what else is there now? Now he's talking about the voters. Was a lot of illegal people, people who are not real American citizens that voted basically against them. So that's why he has the ice going out right now, right? Midterms are coming and he doesn't know what to say. America or Donald Trump has lost the war, and this is what he brings up Thursday night. Three media organizations, they did not cover this. They did not cover him with his speech or whatever he wanted to tell the American people. No one gave a damn, or they kind of boycotted what he was saying because it's nothing big. It wasn't any big news. He says it's a big announcement. So now this is even more proof to people that you can't listen to this guy because he said there was a big announcement on Thursday, and all he was talking about is China screwing up his elections in 2020 and talking about illegal immigrants or whatever, undocumented people who were in the votes. So now you see that he's a liar. Even the MAGA people, all the supporters of Donald Trump should look through this bull crap. Thursday night, he said there was a big announcement. What was the big announcement? I thought he was going to talk about something with the war. No, he's not talking about the war because he's lost the war, right? America's lost the war. He put America in big money problems, big issues. Tariffs now he's putting out again against Canada for smoke because of the wildfires burning in Ontario. So now he wants to put tariffs against Canada again. It's not going to work. He has nothing new, nothing good to tell the American people to make America great again. What has he put out there that is good for the American people? Let me know. Let me know, all the Trump supporters, all the people who says Trump is king and Trump is God. I want to know what he has given you guys so you love him so much, because right now he's been lying. Thursday night I expected a big announcement. It is distraction because probably tonight expect a big attack on Iran. Tonight, expect something big on Iran, or maybe Sunday. I'll stretch it to Sunday, right? Because Thursday, that was nothing. He didn't want to really talk about the war. He's talking about his election in 2020, that China screwed that up. So he's blaming China now. China. He's still talking about China, right? China doesn't give a damn about America, right? He went there to meet up with the president just what, 2 months ago. Nothing came out of it. He's angry with China doing these EV cars with Canada because America's not included. Now, what's going on with the war, Donald Trump? Where's the announcement of your big straight open? Where's the straight? Is the straight open, people? Tell me if the straight is open right now. Is your gas prices down, especially in America? Is it down? Has the gas prices gone down? Let me know. Silence. Most of the people who support Donald Trump now, since I've been covering this war, they have nothing to say. There used to be all this MAGA people coming in the chat talking Trump is king and Trump is God and all the wonderful stuff Trump has done. But the oil prices are still high and they're going to be higher. They're going to get higher. Your grocery prices are going to get higher. So the announcements, what he had was bullcrap. That's why three news outlets did not even broadcast what he's saying because they know it's crap. You could see that a lot of people are not listening to him. They don't believe him anymore. No, they don't believe you, Mr. Trump. So what's next on the table? What are you going to do now to convince the world that you're doing stuff right? What is Donald Trump going to do to convince us all? Right? Even the MAGA people don't really believe him. Even the people who say that Trump is God and king or whatever, they don't even believe you. So what are you going to do next? You know what you need to do? You need to stop worrying about the rest of the world, Donald. You need to deal with the American people. You need to try to give them something that could benefit them at home. You need to give something. Where's your health care plan? What about that? What about your health care plan, Donald? What's that? You got rid of Obamacare. You threw that out in the garbage. What else is there? What are you doing for Americans? Nothing. Nothing. And that's why he keeps talking bullshit. Like I said, Thursday night, big announcement he claimed. The only announcement he was doing was complaining about China screwing around with his elections. That's what he had to tell you. He said China's meddling in his elections. Before it was Russia. Now it's China. So what? He wants war with China? Is that what it is? You want war with China? Guess what? China's helping Iran. China is helping Iran. And Russia is helping Iran. I hope you guys know this. So really, Russia and China's fighting against America. I just want people to know, Americans, wake the fuck up. Right? Sorry for the language. Wake up. China and Russia's fighting against America using Iran. And they're winning. Perfect weapon, man. Throw these. He fell for the bait, eh? You fell for the bait. You fell for the bait. Even Obama wasn't that dumb. Obama sent out a cyber attack on Iran and done some type of deal with Iran. But you fell for the bait, Trump. You fell for the bait. You're fighting China now. He's realizing this. The reason he brings up China in his whole election stuff is because he believes China's really behind Iran. That's where he's kind of hinting people. Hint, hint, hint. Hint, hint, hint. He's talking about China because he knows China is with Iran. That's why he's saying they meddled in the elections. What is that when you go into somebody else's business like that? That's war. That's war. I hope you guys know. War. And Russia is at war with America right now. Undercover. You could call it Cold War, whatever you want. Want to know why? Want me to explain why they're at war? Let me explain how Russia is at war with America. Now, Ukraine been fighting Russia for the last couple years, and Ukraine been beating Russia very bad, even attacking their cities. Who do you think been giving the weapons to Ukraine? Canada and America been giving weapons to the Ukraine to fight Russia. They don't have to go there physically. All they have to do is supply weapons. That's all they have to do. Supply weapons. What you're saying, presidents, they supply weapons. So Russia doesn't like Canada, and Russia's been quiet with America, right? They don't like Canada. Canada's trying to play very swift with China, has a relationship with China, but Russia is getting hit with the help of America and Canada. So what is that? That's an undercover war. So undercoverly, Russia and China is doing the same thing. They said if you guys could supply Ukraine with help, we could do the same thing too. Supply Iran with help. Who do you think gave Iran those drones? Who do you think is giving Iran the knowledge of where to hit? You think it's Iran? No, it is China. So that's the address what he put out Thursday night and saying that China meddled in elections in 2020. He's basically saying, China, I'm looking at you. Do you really want to start up with China? This is World War III, people. World War III has been going on for years. What you're saying, people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. China and Russia are together, communists against America, Canada, UK, or whoever wants to take sides. That's what's going on. World War III is right now. I'm letting you guys know. World War III is right now. It's going on. Meanwhile, everybody's on social media talking about all this shit what doesn't mean anything. World War III is going on in front of your eyes. The most action right now is going on in the Middle East more than ever. The most attacks against America is going on right now. Vice versa. I don't know if it's fake news. And if it's fake news, let me know. Just 3 days ago, they said there was a ship was set, got hit. American ship got hit. What kind of American ship? I don't know if it was a military ship or it was a cargo ship, but an American ship got hit, and I think it sank. So Iran has their weapons still, man. Iran's still strong. Their military is strong. They're not backing down, people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. They're not backing down. They're not backing down. No time soon. It's World War III. I'm calling it World War III. And it didn't just start yesterday. It started from 2000, from those two towers, right? The two towers in New York dropped, went down. That was the start. From the two towers dropped, right? And then they went into where, right? Where did they go? They went into the Middle East. So the oil prices went up then, and they're going up even more now. Remember that. After those towers went down and people were scared to take the planes and all types of stuff, the gas prices were never the same. Never the same. And now it's going to be even worse. So that what his announcement meant nothing. All it is, if you're smart like me and some other people, he brought up China, right? So he's trying to make enemies with China. China is his enemy. He basically said Thursday night, China meddled in our elections. That's the spotlight you're putting. So you're basically saying China is our enemies. The guys who are supplying you with a lot of goods, people, a lot of goods, make America great again. Where's your phones getting made? Where's your phones getting made? Where's a lot of your technology getting made? If they hacked the system, if Iranian cyber army hacked the FBI system, what do you think China could do? You realize what he just said? China meddled in the elections. That means how strong is national security in America if China could do that? That means they could do a lot, right? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Pal Einstein, hmm. um, Epstein. That's another thing getting covered up. A lot of dirt with Donald Trump. He doesn't want to announce that, of course. That's getting digged up right now. The whole Epstein stuff that's going on, but no one wants to talk about that because that's a big conspiracy. Like I said, a lady just got awarded $5 million from a sexual assault from Donald Trump. This is fact, not fiction. She got awarded $5 million the other day. The judge believed Donald Trump had abused her. Whereas the impeachment, I don't know. So this whole announcement Thursday night is a camouflage. A camouflage, people. A big camouflage. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. If you're watching, bring up the likes, man. It supports the platform, right? I fixed the bug, what they were trying to do, man. They were knocking out my live because I was giving you guys some real unfiltered information, which they don't like, but now it's working. Bring up the likes if you can, support the platform. More is coming. Yes. So this announcement on Thursday night, what did he talk about? Nothing. All he's spotlighting is China. Now, do you know? because he's bringing up China. And I'm not saying he's wrong for not bringing up China. He might be right for bringing up China. Did you know he said something what never went viral? I'm about to tell you guys this. Bring up the likes if you can, because they'll never record this. Really, it is recorded, but let me tell you what he said. Donald Trump said that China is spying on Americans through your phone. You hear that, people? He said China is spying on Americans through your phones, meaning China makes your phones too. That's why he banned TikTok, because the owner of TikTok is from China. And then he squeezed them out so much that they had to sell a piece of TikTok to American company, or no, Israel company. I think it's actually someone from Israel, right? Called Orion, right? So he extorted them so much, or the owner of TikTok and ByteDance, the Chinese guy, that he gave up a portion of TikTok. And now TikTok is governed a lot by Donald Trump, basically. It's governed by him. So anybody who talks bad about him on TikTok, you are getting watched on TikTok. TikTok has 200 million users. Yes, 200 million users. So he was claiming, listen to this. This is very important. He claimed China was using TikTok to spy on Americans. That's why he banned it. So if China's been using that, now America's using it. What do you think he's doing? What do you think America's doing with TikTok right now? America is using TikTok to spy on Americans. He gloated the other day that, okay, he was talking about how Iran wants to assassinate him. Why didn't he talk about that? He was jokingly talking about how Iran wants to assassinate him. Am I surprised? But it was the prime minister of Israel, right, Netanyahu, who put the news out there, right, in his ear once again. And he said, hey, oh, I'm big on TikTok. I'd rather be more wanted on TikTok than from the Iranians. So he was jokingly saying that TikTok is his, right? So his announcement about China is not wrong. China is spying on America. China has infiltrated America. America's at war with China and Russia. And a lot of Americans are just blah blah blah, walking around, think it's all good. Oh yes, oh yes. And meanwhile, these guys are winning. That's why you don't hear Putin talking. Do you hear the president of China talking? Do you hear them saying anything? You know why? Because they're just sitting back watching this guy talk a lot of shit. That's what they're doing. They're watching, meanwhile supplying Iran with intelligence and weapons to weaken America. This is the perfect time. You guys better get this guy out. They're saying yes, yes, this is time to bring down America. This is perfect. This is the perfect time because they got a guy who doesn't know better in power. That's what these guys are looking at. They're saying, this guy, look at Donald, man. Look what he's doing. He's screwing up their country. He's making the oil prices go up high. He's making enemies with even the countries what's supposed to be good with America by putting out tariffs. Now he wants to put out a tariffs for the smoke what's been going from Ontario, Canada to America. That's what he wants to do. This guy doesn't give a damn about Americans. He don't give a shit about Americans. You know, I'm going to give you the proof why he doesn't care. Look at his wives. All his wives, is one of them American? Let me know, right? Am I nuts, Donnie B? USA? Am I? China is spying. Who owns TikTok? You can't tell me who owns TikTok, can you? If you could tell me who owns TikTok, the people who are watching will know I won that argument already. China, that's why he banned it. He banned TikTok because he says China's using TikTok to spy on Americans. That's why he banned it. That's the only reason he banned it until they gave up some power to him. So who's nuts? You're nuts. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, right? You don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know about TikTok. Go read something. That's why they made updates recently to TikTok to know about all your information, where you live, where you work, um, everything. Go look it up. Google it. Google TikTok updates in America. Go do some research before you talk. Trust me. Go do some research. I think he knows President Trump is the best president. Oh, now we got a MAGA person in here. He's the best president to damage up America. He's the best president that's screwing up America to make enemies, more enemies. Yes, he's that good. I got some of the MAGA people in here. Finally. So, what was the big announcement on Thursday for? Did he help you guys with the gas prices? Did he says the gas price? Did he mention that the gas prices are going to go down? Did he say that? Did he say that the prices in the grocery stores would get better? Did he say that? Did he offer anybody anything? He's blaming undocumented citizens for the votes. That could be true. For the voting against him. And then he's blaming China. Which one? You're blaming China and then you're blaming the undocumented citizens. Right? Cook them. Cook them, bro. Oh, whatever. But how much? I don't think a lot of you guys know about the thing what he done about TikTok. That's why there's some ignorance there. I don't think you guys have any idea of what he has done with TikTok. That's just one thing, right? There's 200 million users on TikTok, and America forced the Chinese owner to sell a big percentage of that company or give over power to Orion, a Israel company. Yes, a Israel company, Orion. Man, you don't have. Listen, when you come with sense, because I have the power to knock you out for like I'll knock you out for 10 minutes, because you're not cursing. And please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Before you come on here, you you maggots, I call you maggots, right? Make sure you have intelligent questions or whatever response, because I do have the power to knock you out on here, right? Like I said, the big announcement was bullcrap, is a distraction, and he's going to do something either tonight or tomorrow just to prove something. He had nothing good to say. Three media corporations didn't even cover it. That's why some of you guys don't even know what I'm talking about. People, bring up the likes if you can, support the platform. We're on all podcast platforms. A lot of you guys don't know what I'm talking about because you don't read, you don't do research. A lot of certain individuals are ignorant, and all you could say is bullshit and say Trump is this without any real debating. Most of all the MAGA people who have came up on my platform have crushed them. Most of all the people who talked about uh, Donald Trump have no type of debate. They can't debate. I'm waiting for one with intelligence. They give me some intelligence. What do you know? I just gave you guys some intelligence now that he brought up China, so he blames China. So he has beef with China, and he should have beef with China. I'm not going to blame him for not having beef with China because China's supporting Iran. China is supporting Iran 100%. Russia is supporting Iran 100%. They were angry with Donald Trump when he attacked Iran. They're still angry with Donald Trump. The whole world is angry with Donald Trump because he's still playing with that Strait of Hormuz and it's affecting their money. So guess what? Iran is using that as a bargaining tool. They use that as a bargaining tool. If you attack us, we're going to shut it off. And then the rest of the world will be shut off from that port. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Not just that, more stuff. It affects, it's a snowball effect. It's a snowball effect. A lot of countries don't even have power now. Do you guys know that? I heard like Sri Lanka and some countries in Asia, they're low on power and gas just because of this. Do you guys know that? That they're low on power and gas just because of this whole thing? Certain countries are basically they're starving out because of the strait. And Iran knows that. So that's why he's trying to fix it. How is he fixing it? By so-called negotiations. How did those negotiations go? They're not going good. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes if you can. Support the platform because they've been trying to shadow ban me for a while, but I fixed that problem. Trust me, I fixed that problem live and direct. So China's at war with America. Russia's at war with America. The reason he brought up China in his announcement the other day. That's the only reason he brought up China is because they are supporting the enemy, right? Because Trump is clueless. Yes, he's clueless, but the only clue that he got is China is helping Iran. And you know what? He's right. He's not saying it. He's kind of hinting. He's trying to tell you guys that China is helping Iran by bringing them up on Thursday night. Because if he's blaming them for his election in 2020 for the meddle in the election, what else has China done? What else has China has done? What else is he blaming them for? If he's blaming them for that, what else are they doing? How could they be? Okay, all the MAGA people who are in here. Do you believe what Trump is saying about China getting into the elections, meddling in the elections in 2020? Do you guys believe that? Because if you do believe what Trump is saying, and you are a Trump supporter, that means what I'm saying is real. That China could access America's systems and do all types of stuff. How safe are you if China can do that? He's basically telling you guys that. I'm clarifying this for you. He said Thursday night, right? This is one of his announcements. China meddled in his elections in 2020. That's what he said. So that means China could do other stuff. Before it was Russia. Wasn't it Russia before? I swear they said it was Russia. Now it's switched to China. Which one is it? Is it Russia or China? Which one? I want to know. Which one? Which one? He's confused. Which one is it? Is it Russia or China? Who screwed up the whole elections for him? But he's blaming China. Now, what kind of relationship does America or Trump think he's going to have with China if he's blaming them for all of this? What kind of relationship could they have? That's not going to be a good relationship. Uh, Playing with elections is serious. Playing with elections is a very serious accusation because if America does it vice versa, that's war. So isn't that is he trying to say he wants to war with China? Is that what he's saying? Because when you get involved with elections, right, and you're a foreign body, that's war. So he's telling American people, if you have any sense that America, he's doing it subliminally, is at war with China. That's what he's saying. He just can't put it out like that. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. He's telling you guys that America is at war with China, just in his type of way, because by bringing up another country and blaming them for your elections, losing their elections, that's serious. That's a serious accusation, right? And now he wants to talk about the undocumented people who voted against him or they were voting. That's why he has the ICE. Now he's saying the undocumented citizens are the reason why he lost. So that's why he has the ICE out there to capture undocumented citizens. That's why he lost. That's what he's saying. I love this circle jerk of Trump haters. I don't know how much. There's a lot of Trump lovers. There's a lot of Trump lovers, but are they intelligent? Are they intelligent? I'm just saying this man lies to. He needs to lie better, or he just doesn't care. Trump even said it himself. No president could get away with the stuff what he does. He admitted it. He said no other president could get away with the things that he does. You know what he's basically saying? The stuff what he's doing is basically illegal. He said that on live broadcast. No president could get away with the stuff what he does. Right? That's all Trump spreads is haters. They don't know reality is going on. What do I don't know? Tell me what I don't know. That Trump didn't try to ban TikTok? Tell me what I don't know. He didn't try to ban TikTok? Or didn't he ban TikTok? Let me know. Tell me. The new Trump show is way better than the Apprentice show. Very, yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It's more entertaining. You're right. You have that right. Yep. Undocumented citizens have killed over 100,000 Americans since the auto pen. So, how did they kill them? You let me know. How did the undocumented citizens unalive 100 or a million Americans? Right? Keep up the hatred, spread more. The hatred of what? The only one who's spreading the hatred is Mr. Donald Trump. You, you can't handle the truth. That's what it is. You can't handle the truth, right? Donald Trump's platform, Truth Social, should be called Lie Social. He's been caught in so much lies. Now, this is a truth I'm going to give you. Donald Trump lost a sexual assault case recently. Is that a lie? Is that a lie, or you need to do some research? Donald Trump lost a sexual assault case just a week ago. The lady was awarded $5 million. The judge believed that he done what he's done, and she's going for 85 million more dollars. Right? Trump is my man. Yo, you can like Trump. Nothing's wrong. If you want to love Trump, if you want to like Trump, if you want to put a poster on your wall with Trump, that's good for you. Nothing is wrong. There's people who like Hitler, right? There's people who like him too. Does that make it right? Listen, all I'm saying, his announcement, what he put out the other day, I'm giving you guys the knowledge. He brought China up for a reason. He didn't bring China up just for fun. He brought China up because he believes China meddled in his elections. So that means China is doing more. A foreign body could do that? A foreign power. He's telling you, MAGA people, that China, they hacked the system. He's basically saying that a foreign country hacked America. So America, which I told you, is at war with China undercover. Call it a Cold War if you want to say. They're just using Iran. Iran is being used by China and Russia. That's what's going on. And MAGA people, even the MAGA people believe that, what I'm saying. And I will agree with that, what I'm saying. China and Russia is against America. They're not with America. Now, are you going to tell me that China and America is I mean, China and Russia is with America? Are they? No, they're not friends with America. Let's see what it's saying. He brought China up because of their technology and the possible, like he said, or never said, yeah, their technology, which most of the technology in America, who makes it? Who makes the technology in America? Is it Americans? Hell no, they're not making it. He's pissed because he has to pay China for taxes in their country. Yes, yes, you're right. Where does all the American products, electronics come from? Where does most of American electronics come from? Let me know. Is it Americans making cell phones? No. Is it Americans making all these what is called high tech devices for you guys, us all to use? No. It is China. Trump is full of hate. Why? Because he's exposing the truth. Yes, I'll give him that. He's exposing some truths. He's exposing some truth, but he's hiding certain things too. He is exposing certain things. I'm not saying that. Trump has exposed a lot of shit, right? But that is not going to get the attention. He has exposed it. He said that China's spying on America. That's true. I believe that's true. That's why Iran could hack FBI files. Yes, we all know China and Russia are out to destroy America. China is trying to buy up as much land they can in America and around the world. You're right, Ibis. Everything everything of Trump is made in China. Yes, you're right. But what you said, Ibis, is true. You guys read that. That's very true what he said. Joe Biden allowed China to have a field day here. Yes, I agree with you there too. Yes, Joe Biden. I didn't like Joe Biden. Man, that guy was this. I agree with Trump on Joe Biden. That guy was letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the country. I don't know what his campaign was about, but yes, I agree with that. Biden was no good for America. He let a whole bunch of illegals in, flooded even Canada and other places. This guy, Biden wasn't good. I agree with what you're saying. And what Ibis put out is so right. Yep, everything in America is mostly made by China. And that's why Trump said this about a year or two ago, jokingly, and no one was listening to him. Because sometimes it's like the boy who cried wolf. When you lie so much and then you tell the truth a couple times, people are going to believe that everything you say is a lie. But I'm going to repeat what Trump said, and this is facts. This, I do support Trump in this, is that China is spying on Americans through their phones, through your phone. Everyone who has a cell phone in America, let me know if it's made in America. Let me know. Tell me if it's made in America. I'm waiting for the comments. Tell me if it's made in America, people. Is any of the phones made in America? I'm waiting, especially the MAGA people. I want to know. I'm waiting still before I continue. People, please subscribe. A couple of you, I know you watching. The MAGA people. How? Tell me if all the phones are made in America and your tablet devices. Are they made in America? I'm waiting. Put the comments below. Let me catch your tongue. Not any damn devices are made in America. Who makes them? Who makes the American devices? Who makes Sony PlayStation? Who? I want to know before I continue. Who makes the devices? I'm not a Trump fan, but he's trying to open up the American eyes to how corrupt the government politicians truly are. The politicians in America are taking money from China and other countries. Yes, I agree with that. He's been saying this before he's a president, how the politicians are corrupt. Yes, I agree with that. Yes, and that's why the Epstein files are kind of going very slow because a lot of those people are in the Epstein files. And possibly the only reason, I'm not saying I'm defending Donald Trump 100%, but possibly that's why maybe there's this campaign to include him in the Epstein files as a rebound because a lot of the politicians he's trying, well, a lot of the politicians in America are in the Epstein files that Trump doesn't like. And some of those politicians are the ones who are probably trying to go against Trump. So, in Trump's defense, yes, he's been saying this for years, way before he's a president. He's been saying the politicians are corrupt in Washington or in America. He's been saying that. So, when this Epstein stuff started to come up, right? Guess who's involved in the Epstein files? A lot of rich, wealthy men and politicians, right? So that's why Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and a whole bunch others had to go testify. So it's possible that they made up a situation to involve Donald Trump in it so it slows down the Epstein files. Yes. Democrats push American businesses overseas with their regulations, cheap labor, Trump trying to bring back Trump and the flaws. It's true though. I'm not gonna lie. That did happen. Yes. I'm not biased. Yes, you're right. It wasn't Donald Trump who made a lot of the American companies go to Mexico and overseas, it was Obama. And before Obama, you kind of have to blame Bush, right? Let's kind of have to blame Bush, but Bush kind of a little bit, right? It was Bush and a mixture of Obama that made a lot of American companies leave and go to Mexico and other places. Yes, you're right. Trump snitched on Epstein and Dems and the same files and didn't release them. He snitched on them because he wanted to hurt and scare the politicians who are against him, and he wanted to go after the other billionaires who he doesn't like. So that's part of it, 100%. So his big announcement. Have how much of you Trump supporters watched Thursday night's announcement? How much of you guys watched his announcement? And it's sad how politicians are trying to destroy America with all this racism stuff that you hear daily. They know if white and blacks are to come together, America would become strong. That's true. There's a mission out there they're doing. It's more racism you're hearing more than ever. Social media is to blame, people. Social media is to blame. I'm gonna do the story about that kid who was unalived, right? With his, and he's in the boat. I forgot what his name is. Sorry, but that's bringing up a whole bunch of racism. That story about the kid who went missing after a boat trip with his friends. Yes, you're right. With this Black Lives Matter crap, that was bullshit. That was created by the government, the Black Lives Matter. And but America's always been separated. America has always been divided from the beginning. It's never been united. That's why I don't know why it's called the United States. It shouldn't be even called that because it's always been divided. It's still divided. Social media is the thing what's amplified it and made it worse because a lot of people have phones, a lot of people have tablets, a lot of people are on Instagram, a lot of people are on all these socials. Yet it seems that it's more racist. Is it more racist, America? Is it really? Or it's just the same? It could be just the same because of social media is just making us see it more easy now. Now you're getting people caught for the racism because of social media. When there was no social media, a lot of these stories would not come up, especially the George Floyd thing. That'd just be another brother who just got, died by the hands of the police. Nolan Wells, yes, you're right. Nolan Wells. Sorry for that. I'm gonna do a story on that. The Nolan Wells thing, and there's the other individual who unalived white youth too. That story, his case came up. Those stories all of a sudden are coming up as a distraction to make separation more in America, and is a distraction. Nolan Wells, but what are saying G is how other Black Americans were on the island also. Which island? Which island you talking about? Which island? I don't doubt that. I want to know if you're talking about the Epstein Island because Epstein didn't like black people, right? You're a black Aaron. Epstein didn't like black people. But why I'm saying that announcement did it help Americans Thursday night? Did that big announcement what he claimed help Americans? Did it? Did it help? That's what I want to know. I'm black and so tired of the racism card. It's ridiculous now. They've used it so much it doesn't hit the same way anymore. You're right. I'll give you that. I'm going to give you that what you just said. Let me spotlight that what you said, Aaron. It got so bad, like what you're saying, that you got black people being racist against other black people, or what we call racist, hating other black people. Now, it's like it's not enough to make separation against black and white or whatever. Now you got black Americans who hate other blacks because they're not born in America. So now you got this FBA movement, right, against any other black person who's not born in America. How do you guys know this? Especially the Caucasian viewers. Do you know there's a separation in America growing, this movement called FBA about foundational black Americans who hate on other black people who are not born in America? Do you guys know that? That's what's going on. Big. It's a big movement, right? But that's not. I'm informing you guys. But yes. Oh, not the Epstein Island. Oh, you're talking about the boy. Okay, Nolan. There's other blacks on the island. That's what you're saying. So now you're trying to say that it could be anybody who unalived the young man. Okay, I see what you're saying. No one can never name the oppressor who's holding them down. When I ask, it's crazy to me. The oppressor is has many faces. It's not just one race or two races. Maybe there's one race what controls the narrative, but it ain't just one race. There's the ones we call the sellouts, right? Who are they look like you, but they sell you out for some money or a position, right? So right now, my main thing is this man had a big announcement Thursday night. He said this is big, so big. Everybody needs to hear what he got to say. And all he was talking about is his election in 2020, Donald Trump. He was talking about that, how it was screwed up by China. That's what I'm talking about, how it was screwed up by China. So now he wants to make enemies with China again, right? Or he's still enemies with China. Ibis, no, I believe he drowned. I don't think some individuals that killed him, but that's my opinion. Everybody has their opinion. They're gonna find out after an investigation. You know the funny thing about, not say funny, I heard of other stories like this. I'm just telling you, I've heard other stories, old stories like this before, right? But that's another episode. I want to know if this man Donald Trump had a great announcement because I didn't even bother watch what he was talking about for so long. I just know that he brought up China and he brought up undocumented citizens that they were involved in votes and illegal voting. So I see the case he's trying to bring up. I see what Donald Trump is trying to cook up. I see what he's doing now that I'm talking to you guys. He's trying to say that Biden's presidency was illegal because of the voting and that he should have had those 4 years. So he's trying to engineer something that after his 2 more years, because it's been 2 years since Donald Trump been in power, after his presidency supposed to be up, he should be the president for 4 more years automatically because in 2020 China interfered in the votes and they had illegals voting. So that didn't count, that Biden's presidency was illegal. That's what he's saying. Okay. I get you, Donald. I get what you're trying to say. I see it. Smart. Those are Democrats. The media is left leaning. I think Trump really is trying to open our eyes to the corruption and the sufferers. Yeah, I believe that. Wasn't trying to say anything to 2020 election was stolen from Trump. So he's trying to say, yeah, he's trying to say it was stolen. So by him saying it's stolen, which is old news, why is he bringing it up? That's my question to you. Why do you think he's bringing it up? Why is he bringing it up? There's a reason he's bringing it up. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes if you can, support the platform. Why do you think Donald Trump is bringing it up? That's my question. If the real stuff he should be talking about is the war and what he's helping, how he's helping Americans. He should be talking how he's helping Americans and how he should be talking about how he's doing with the war. Let me know, right? He proved the election was rigged. So if he proved the election was rigged, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to say that he's owed 4 years. If it's rigged, like, is that the real news we should be talking about or what's current right now? Because that's done and gone. Biden's been the president. Biden's not the president anymore. Biden has no power anymore. So why are we talking about this shit anymore? Right? Biden's not the president. He has no power. Donald Trump is the president. So why is he bringing it up? I want to know. How about Elon paying 1 million people to register? I believe that too. You can't hate Donald Trump for having Elon Musk do that. He was in it. He was with him. Yeah, yeah. Elon Musk has Twitter. Yeah. Elon Musk has Twitter, people. Yes. Elon Musk has Twitter. That's why he had Elon Musk, and he's still working with him. Yes. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So what I'm saying, that Thursday night thing was bullshit. It's old news. People, he's this is a rerun. He's been saying it over and over. The election's been rigged from time. First it was China. First it was Russia. Now it's China. So we know that. How is that helping Americans? Is that helping your pockets? Is that helping your pockets, knowing that it was rigged? Is that helping the gas go down in price? Of course we know the politicians are corrupt. Of course we know that. Tell us something we don't know. The real crime was the media not airing. Yes, I heard about it. Keep saying he's a liar, and when the shows, yeah, the media did not air it. Three media places. I think it was NBC, ABC, maybe it was Fox. You can't stop CNN. CNN is going to air it. Yes, three other media places did not air it, but the reason they probably didn't air it too is because he's not giving no real news. They do their research. He's not giving nothing new, mind blowing. He didn't say that he took over Iran, or he didn't say that the Strait of Hormuz is open. He didn't say nothing about Americans getting some money in their pockets. He didn't say that the gas prices are going down. He didn't say that the food prices are going to go down. All he was talking about is 2020. It's 2026, people. Biden's not the president anymore, right? Biden has no power. All he was bringing up is the past when he should be talking about the present. That's what I'm talking about. Elon did the same thing for them Democrats. No one said it can, and then air it, and the biggest propaganda splitter ever. God bless Trump. See, at least someone's coming in. See, I told you, this is proof. All the viewers who are here. See, now that you got a MAGA person saying, God bless Trump. God bless Trump. Well, God bless him too. What? Nothing wrong with blessing anybody if they're good people. But he did he even talk about the assassination talk? Did he even bring that up on Thursday? How Iran? Well, he already brought that up. How he was told by Israel that Iran wants to assassinate him. Is that a surprise? No, it's not a surprise to me. Right? It's not a surprise to me. So what's new? What's the new news? I'm waiting for some new news from him. We're going to get some new news tonight and probably tomorrow. Guaranteed. They're turning up the heat. They're supposed to turn up the heat on Iran before November. They need what right now we got July, August, September, about 4 months or so. 4 months before he could lose some power to do what he wants to do in regards to the war and his tariffs. If they lose some seats, some power, he can't do a lot of the stuff what he was doing. So it was all about Save Act. Now it's all about getting rid of undocumented citizens, right? That's what it's about. Getting rid of undocumented citizens. Well, that's hard because you got millions of people in America who are undocumented. Um, and like I just gotta, in respect to Donald Trump in this way, Obama deported more people than Donald Trump. Donald Trump wants to break that record. So whatever act he's claiming, he's already doing it with the ICE. You got the ICE out there, Donald. You got them going after people, not just illegals, going after American people too. But you got them going out there. So this is just a distraction. You guys know that what he's doing. It's a distraction. What's the real shit you need to be talking about? One thing what he talked about, I'll just give him this, was China. China is doing their spy jobs. China is doing their spy jobs. I've been hearing for years China owns property in America. Thursday night, okay, so you're saying Obama didn't go after green card holders. Hmm? Okay, pass the act. Democrats can't win without cheating. That's why they don't want it to pass. You know how they're cheating? I'll tell you how Democrats are cheating soon. Obama didn't wait outside courthouses. You know how they're cheating. Let me tell you how they're cheating. You said pass the act, Democrats. Okay. The Republicans are cheating. I mean, the Democrats are cheating because they got some Republicans in their pocket. A lot of the votes, what went against Donald Trump, it was a couple Republicans that joined in to go against Donald Trump. So you got to blame some Republicans. Let me say it again. You got to blame some Republicans too, because there's a couple of them who don't like Donald Trump. The party's been split ever since the Tea Party. And let me repeat, there's a good amount of Republicans who don't like Donald Trump. So you got like a coup or whatever you want to call it. You got a mixture of Democrats and Republicans, include some of them in there too, who don't want Trump. Now tell me about these Republicans, these sellouts, people. Tell me about it in the comments. What about those Republicans, man, who went with the Democrats? What about those Republicans? A couple of them, man. There's a good amount of them who went against Donald Trump with the tariffs. They went against him with the war. They went against him, and he even called them out. What about them? Yes. What about those Republicans? No one wants to talk about. No one brings those people up. There's a big percentage of Republicans who are against Donald Trump. There is. Not all the Republicans are with Donald Trump. Some of them are jealous. He got to be careful and watch behind his back, Donald Trump. You know why you got to be careful? Because his own vice president don't really like him. Rubio don't even really like him. They're just playing their role so they have some type of position until he's gone. He got people in his own administration that don't like him at all. You know what was going on Thursday night? I could fill you guys in something you guys don't know. Thursday, before the Thursday night stuff was going on, you know what I saw where Vance was? Guess where Vance was? The vice president of America was. Guess where he was? I want to see if people know what that guy was doing before that night dropped, right? I'm going to tell you what that guy was doing. Let me read the comment. Who likes Trump? Nobody. There's a lot of people in here, Jesse, who like him. Jesse Torres, a lot of people in the chat love Donald Trump. Trust me. You might offend some of them. Trust me, you might offend some of them. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. You know what Vance was doing that night, or the night before Donald Trump was talking? You know what he was doing? This is what I'm going to tell you he was doing. He was on Joe Rogan, right? Podcast, talking about Donald Trump. They were asking about the alien stuff. They were asking about the Epstein stuff. And I was surprised what that man was saying. I was surprised what he was saying, Mr. Vance. I wonder if Donald Trump watched that interview, Vance. Who sanctioned you to go on Joe Rogan's podcast, man? Did you get permission from Donald Trump to go on that shit? Man, the guy was kind of giving up Trump in certain things like that. Yo, he wants Donald Trump's job. That man, all I got to say, he wants Donald Trump's job. Vance wants Donald Trump's job. He went on that podcast and he basically is blaming Pam Bondi for the Epstein files not getting released the way how people wanted it to be released. He even brought up conspiracies, this man, right? Who likes Trump? Okay, you are not down. Yes, you're right. I'm not down to earth. It's down to earth. You're orbiting unusual blacklist. I don't know what you're saying, man, because I can knock you out. What did Joe do for America when the so-called blah blah? Okay, banned Republican pig party. It's entirely. You guys could read the comments, man. You guys could debate within yourselves. There's a mixture of people who support Donald Trump on here a lot, and there's the people who says nobody likes Donald Trump. This is to show you how it is separated. It's very separated in America, 100%. There's the people who love him and the people who don't. But that same day before Donald Trump talked, Vance was on Joe Rogan's podcast, of all places, talking about politics, talking about Donald Trump. But he's not dumb. Certain things he made sure he kind of did not get out of line, but he said they're blaming Pam Bondi for it. That's why they fired her. The reason they fired her so she couldn't testify to Congress. That's why they fired Pam Bondi. They got rid of her. They liked her, but they got rid of her, right? And he brought that up, and he brought up a whole bunch of stuff. You should watch that podcast, right? Everybody loves Trump before he ran for a Republican. It's true. It's true. A lot of people like Trump. That's why I got to call out some of the Trump haters. When you guys come on here, you think people hate Trump? No, no, no. I got to call out some of the Trump haters because a lot of those Trump haters used to be Trump lovers. Way before Donald Trump was a president, a whole bunch of people was going to his parties. A whole bunch of people, you guys loved him. I'm talking about a lot of you guys loved him. A lot of you people who say you hate him. I hate the bandwagonists. A lot of you guys loved Donald Trump. And after then, when he took power and started to do unpopular stuff, all you sudden you guys hate him, and that's why some of you guys are quiet. A lot of you so-called haters of Donald Trump are quiet, big ass hypocrites, and too scared to speak your mind. Yes, I'm talking to the people who so-called hate Donald Trump and won't say nothing. Celebrities, quiet, won't say nothing. They just shut their mouth, but they claim they hate Donald Trump. Bullshit. I don't believe you. There's people who do really hate Donald Trump, but a lot of you celebrities are first you love him, and then you hate him, right? And so make it make sense. Either with one side. He was a Democrat too, Donald Trump. Don't forget that. All of them love Trump. The TDS is from the government telling them to do so. Yeah, a lot of people love Trump. Some people hate Trump. I see them come up on here all the time. But his announcement was just to hit China. That's what it is. He wanted to point out that China is meddling in American affairs. That's what his main thing was to tell the people of the world how China interferes with American politics. So he's basically saying, I'm going to interfere with them in some type of way. He's saying he's going to bring it to them. If they want to play with my country, I'm going to play with them. I would love to know how China responds, but they're not going to respond. We're not going to hear anything from China. He accused them of meddling in their elections. You think you're going to hear anything from China? No, we're not going to hear anything from them. Why? Because they're smart not to talk, right? But China is helping Iran, and that's why he's angry, Mr. Trump. Trump is angry because China is helping Iran blast America. Do you guys know what's going on in the war? No. A big percentage don't know what's going on. A lot of Americans don't give a shit about the war. Most Americans don't want to be in this war. They don't want thousands of servicemen overseas fighting this war, which is with Israel. It's Israel, America against um, Iran, Russia, and China. That's what it really is, right? They said Russia helped Trump. Yes, I remember that too. Glad you brought that up. They said Russia helped China win and was proved to be a lie, but he proved China helped Joe Biden Thursday night. Yeah. China helped Joe Biden? That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Yeah, he's saying China helped Joe Biden. And when Joe Biden came in power, Joe Biden was selling out America to China, right? Yeah, he wanted to have those EV cars. If Biden was still in power, you know what Biden would have done? He would have done the same thing that the Prime Minister of Canada is doing, have some deals with China for electric vehicles. But he lost, and Trump's here right now, and he has the oil game on lock with Venezuela and the rest of the stuff what he's doing, right? But China, he's blaming for meddling in American business. Basically, national security is at threat. That's what he's saying to you guys subliminally that America is under attack. That's what he's saying. America is under attack. You got the Iranian regime with their cyber army that has attacked the FBI, Cash Patel. That was just a warning. They went into Cash Patel's emails and all his stuff. Cash Patel went into his emails, even he admitted it, and they were showing you how they could get you. So if they could get Cash Patel, the head of the FBI, into his emails, what do you think they could do to all of you? They're already in people's emails right now. The Iranian regime is already in people's emails right now in America, right now. They're the ones doing the cyber shit if there's problems going on with the systems. They're returning the favor what Obama done to them when Obama was in power. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. When Obama was in power, something called Stuxnet. I'm going to educate some of you, especially the MAGA people. Look up Stuxnet. When he was in power, he set out with Israel, and they don't want to claim it, but they set out a cyber attack on Iran and it destroyed their nuclear facility from inside, destroyed it, that they couldn't even program anything. America doesn't need to go overseas with any weapons to blast Iran. They could just sit in some control room and press a button and destroy everything. So they're just putting on a show for us, and even Trump probably knows it too, and he just doesn't want to do it that way. He wants to do it the other way, and the way to sacrifice American lives. Obama didn't do that. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What you saying, people? New to the channel, please subscribe. Joe Biden moved like a dictator more than Trump. No one said anything. Well, Joe Biden kept it quiet. That's the thing. Trump is talking a lot. That's the only problem with Trump. But Trump's an actor. Remember that? Trump's a trained actor, 100%. Trump's been in Hollywood for over 30 years. So he's a guy who has to talk 100%. People, please subscribe. But America is at war with China, economic war, a war with Russia, economic war. They're bringing up the yellow dome right now, right? The yellow dome, and says if Canada doesn't deal with it, or anybody, they don't want to be a part of it, you're going to pay billions of dollars later on if you think you're going to join, right? That's what's going on, people. That's what's going on. So this addressing what he done Thursday night was for bullshit. It didn't mean nothing. It didn't help Americans. When is he going to help America be great again? That's what I want to know. When is Donald Trump going to make America be great again? Say all presidents talk about Iran can't have nuclear weapons, but Trump was the only one to have the balls to act on it. They still got nuclear weapons. Really? Then why did Trump lift the sanctions on Russia? Yo, they still got nuclear weapons. They still got nuclear weapons. He didn't say they got rid of the nuclear weapons. They didn't get rid of any nuclear weapons. There's no he claims there's an agreement. That's finished. It's off the table. All the negotiations is finished. They didn't destroy the nuclear facility. America didn't blast it. You noticed? This is real. This is not made up. They still got their nuclear program going on. They didn't get rid of it. It's just silent. They didn't get rid of shit. America's not doing anything. You know why they're not doing anything? Because the Strait of Hormuz. Iran knew this 30 something years ago. This was their defense. Whenever America comes to try to attack us, because they saw this coming, we're going to use the strait as the hostage point to choke America and make the other countries put pressure on America. Every time America tries to attack Iran, they say we're shut that shit. And it's working. Right? People, please subscribe. Why did Obama lift the... Okay, what else is going on? Trump did nothing but make sure Iran will do everything in their power to get nuclear weapons now. They already have the shit. They already got nuclear weapons. The nuclear weapons are from Russia, China. Russia got nuclear weapons and China got nuclear weapons. Right? Let me say it again. Russia got nuclear weapons and China got nuclear weapons. And those are Iran's allies. They didn't get rid of no nuclear weapons, people. Iran still got their nuclear weapons. They didn't get rid of nothing. It's still there. Iran was part of the deal. The money was Iran's own money. Yeah, it was their own money. It was their own money. Nuclear weapons are still, Iran still got their nuclear weapons. They didn't do nothing, really. They blast a couple sites. I seen that. They blast a couple sites, and I hear that they're rebuilding all those sites. Back again. They're rebuilding. I got to remind you, people, the people who are less educated, I got to remind you guys, right, that Iran has over 90 million people. 90 million people, a lot of cities. Where America didn't even touch most of Iran. They're hitting military installations, military sites. Most of Iran's military that Trump claimed he's done something to, they're still around. They have a million reserves, million, if not more, in the country. You're not taking over nothing. He realized that they can't take over Iran. He realized you can't beat Iran, so you got to negotiate with them. That was going on for 2 months. They lost. And now, a couple days ago, he says it's off the table. We're back to blasting them again. Are you guys hearing anything? Most of the reports I'm hearing, America's getting hit. Most of the reports, it's America getting hit, people. People, please subscribe, right? Most of the reports we hear is America getting hit. I'm telling you, it's America getting hit. Iran gets hit, but it's more hurting America. They're getting hit. And you know where they're getting hit? They're getting hit in the bases what they have in the Middle East. I think they blew up a base in Saudi Arabia the other day. They damaged a base heavily in Saudi Arabia the other day. That's where they're getting America, in the Middle East, right? Imagine thinking you know more than Trump. Please, based on military, not so much Godspeed. Trump has never been. Trump, has he even went to war? I heard he's a dodger, a card dodger. Obama said they couldn't have a nuclear weapon, but gave them money. They did have a nuclear weapon, and Obama they sent cyber attack. It was a cyber attack called Stuxnet, and it destroyed their systems inside out. And it took years for them to try to rebuild. Right? He gave them money after this cyber attack destroyed their nuclear facilities. Look it up. Stuxnet, America, Israel. Look it up. Stuxnet. So yes, he shouldn't have gave them money. That was stupid. He shouldn't have never gave them money. But they destroyed their shit, and after that, Iran made this cyber military. Iran's one of the they have one of the biggest cyber military, that's what they call it, if you want to call it, to attack systems, and they have attacked America. Yeah, that's why 4 months, was it 3 months ago, about 3 months, maybe 4 months ago, the ice went out, and they captured a whole bunch of people who were associated with the Revolutionary Guard and the Supreme Leader who are living in America. Do you guys know that? That's what was happening. They captured a whole bunch of them, and I don't know what happened to them. It's a mystery. We don't know. Where did they go? They're not talking about it. A lot of mysteries. But that announcement Thursday night did not help nobody. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes if you can. Support the platform, right? That Thursday night stuff did not help with the gas. It did not help with your groceries. It did not. He didn't say that he's taken out the military out of the Middle East. He give you any updates on the war? Did he say anything about the war? And if he didn't, that shows you guilt, people. That shows you the guilt. 100%. That shows you the guilt. Bless up, OG Kicks. My moderator's up in here, right? Yep. Obama was not perfect. I did not like Obama. I'm sorry. Might not be popular to some of the black folks who liked Obama because he was the first black president, but I did not like Obama. I saw through Obama. I seen Obama coming way before he was the president. I seen him coming. I know his story. I don't like Obama. I don't care if anybody doesn't like that. I don't like Obama. I just don't like Obama. My dad likes Obama. I have debates with him all the time. I just don't like Obama. Sorry. Am I wrong for it? My opinion that I don't like Obama? Do I have to like Obama because he's black? I don't like him. Never did. I just was excited to see, hey, shaking it up, a black president all of a sudden. That's it. I didn't like him, man. Trump is the head of the military sting operation to save America. Trump is doing a lot of stuff. But whole point is Thursday night was a big distraction. The so-called announcement was a big distraction after he lost his sexual abuse case. The man did lose 5 million. It came out of his pocket. He had to pay. Trump. Did I say Obama? Trump had to pay out of his pocket $5 million to the lady who he claimed he was fighting for the appeal. They awarded him. They awarded her. I mean, $5 million. Is that viral? No. And she ain't gonna talk. She got her $5 million, and she's going after $85 million more. So that's why he's talking about this whole. That's why he talked Thursday night. That was just to cover up the lady's victory. He don't want that to go viral. People, please subscribe. Bring up the likes if you can. Sometimes necessary. Okay. This military, I feel sorry for the people who have family, who have people in the military, because they shouldn't be there. They're fighting this war for Israel. This war is just for Israel, man. And now Israel is angry at America, or Netanyahu is angry at Trump. He's angry at Trump. He put in Trump's ear just this week, or they're trying to assassinate you. And then Trump replied, he says to the American military, if that ever happens on all levels, destroy Iran. Iran, 91 million people or 90 something million people you want to destroy? Or do you want to destroy just the Revolutionary Guard and the Supreme Leader, people who you still have in control of the country? And you claimed a couple months ago you got rid of all of them. What a damn liar, man. Yo, MAGA people, you can't believe everything because this is common sense. This is what he said. He said that he got rid of everyone. He said their military, they can't do anything. Go on CNN now, go on Al Jazeera, whatever you watch, and you know what you're going to see? You're going to see that America is still getting hit. You're going to see that these guys in Iran still got weapons. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see that they're still fighting. You're going to see that they still got control of the Strait of Hormuz, and America doesn't have any control of it. That's what you're going to see. And that's why Trump, for the last 3 months or 2 months, kept talking about negotiation. Negotiation. Who negotiates? When you negotiate, that means you lost. That's what it means. Negotiation means you lost the battle. That's what it is. So, Mr. Trump, your big leader or God, king, or whoever is the Trump lover or the Trump supporter, the man lost the war. He lost it. And America's never going to be the same, even when he's gone, right? If he's gone. When he's gone, come 2000 and just say 2000, it's 2026, 2029, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Trump is the biggest rapist, con artist, criminal ever to hit the world. Anybody who follow this guy are just with one life, just can't imagine. Well, see, at least there's two sides on here. I see two sides. I see the people who are the Trump lovers, and some people are giving their opinions. Much respect to your opinion. You guys could reply to each other. Because right now, all you MAGA lovers, the proof is in the pudding. There's people who don't like Donald Trump, and they have good questions to debate with you right here on the Down to Earth Network. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So, what's next? Because he had this announcement Thursday night, guaranteed he's going to have a new announcement coming soon again. And what is going to be this time? Aliens? Is he going to talk about aliens now, or what's next? He's going to talk about the UFC, the UFC events, or okay, what other distraction is he going to bring up? Now he has the ICE ready to attack Americans. The ICE network is not just for undocumented citizens, people. It's for all of you. It's all of you. If you're doing something illegal, right? If you probably owe some damn taxes where you didn't pay, anything, anything, they're coming for you, knocking at your door, 100%. Right? New York is his target, and Chicago. hmm ICE is pretty good. They're doing a lot. When Democrats get power back, they will destroy America just like they tried the last administration. Both parties are the same shit to me almost. No different. They both work for somebody higher than them. Both administrations work for somebody higher than them. You just don't know that. Both parties is nothing. It's called NWO, people. That's dead. The party stuff. No president has been elected since Mr. Bush. From Bush, the second Bush, everything else was just a show. Bush put there, Obama put there, and this guy put there, and Mr. What's his name again? Biden scam there, right? So America is in trouble. The empire is falling, and a lot of people are watching. You need this guy to come out. You need Donald Trump to be gone. He needs to be gone. 100%. You guys want him still in power? MAGA never told people what? Never told people men can get pregnant. We all know about the deep state that I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with what you just said there. That's just going more deep. And that is sensitive to some people. But I agree with that what Trump was saying it puts out. The Democrats if you support men getting whatever that's some crazy shit. And all that stuff. Like one thing I support certain things I support Trump on, eh? I do. Like stop that. Stop that shit. Men trying to get pregnant. What the hell is that? It's like some mad scientist shit. Come on. Come on. Democrats promoting that? Mm, nasty work. Nasty work. People, please subscribe. But we supposed to listen to Democrats. Mm-mm. We can't listen to them. When they start promoting that, they promoted that agenda. You're right. They did promote that agenda and more stuff, right? And Trump is not with that. I'll give him that. He's not with that. But his announcement, my main topic is the announcement he's done Thursday was just a distraction. It means nothing at all. Well, it did kind of mean something. All it means is he's pointing out China. He just wanted to point China out that China is doing some dirty stuff. He's saying that China is America's enemy and they've been meddling in American affairs. And then talking about undocumented citizens voting and all types of shit like that, saying they were allowed to vote and you should not, those votes should have never counted and he should have won. That's what he's saying. He should have won. So he's fighting for another term. That's what it seems like. It seems like Donald Trump is campaigning to be the president again. That's what he wants to do. Donald Trump wants to be the president again. He still wants to run the country. 100%. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. If you're watching, support the platform. No accountability or credibility. It means he was telling the truth about our election since nobody listened, nothing deeper. He was telling the truth, and then people were accusing first, he was saying Russia, now it's China. Right? He's saying it's Russia, now it's China. He's telling something. He's basically saying the American system. politics, right? Or the elections always been rigged. He's saying it's always been rigged. So is it rigged him being the president? Did he use the same weapon to become the president? That's my debate I have with my pops sometime. Did he use the same weapon he's claiming, right, to become the president? Because he is the president right now. So is he kind of showcasing himself? Is he giving himself up? Right? Because I explained to you about the TikTok. I told you about the TikTok that China was using it to spy on people. So he's using the same thing now because America controls that damn TikTok. I don't like that TikTok stuff. If any one of you guys know about how TikTok works, yeah, oh yeah. That's why Trump banned the shit so he could take control of it, so he could control or see the 200 million users, American users, what they're doing and what they're saying. Because when you go on TikTok, they have this AI tool that detects what you're talking about and sends out the message, and he runs that. So you, what I say, what I talk about, I can't go on TikTok with this. I'll get banned. I'll get banned. You know why? Because TikTok is controlled by America and Israel, right? We don't need Donald Trump or to be the president again. He's destroying America. Please impeach him and get him out the office. Bridget Peacock said that. No, he didn't use the same weapon. Democrats, just the horrible fellow Americans, woke up to the Democrats, evil corruption. Okay. Right now, right now, it's very mixed up situation. It's a very bad situation what's going on, man. It's a very, very bad situation what's going on. Donald Trump wants to be in history. He wants to make history. He's already making history. He wants to be go out as the most known president, right? He wants to be the last president if he could. He wants to go out to he wants to go out. He wants to be the president again, right? He wants to be the president again after 2 more years of destruction. He wants to be president again, right? But the question is, was that announcement helping America Thursday night? Did he help your pockets when he was talking? No. He just wanted to talk. That's all he did. He wanted to do. He wanted a distraction, which it worked against a lot of people. He got the distraction, and now tonight or tomorrow, you're going to hear some big news. Trust me, you're going to hear some big news. And when that big news comes, I'll be right back on here again. Trust me, 100%. Let me read what you guys are saying. Trump was impeached about the fake Russia collision. Why wouldn't he clear his name? Morals over emotions. Okay. He didn't use the same. That's interesting. That's interesting. What do you guys think about Trump? How much are you, for one, if you guys support Trump in the chat? Two, no. Let me get your reaction. One, if you support Donald Trump in the chat. Two, no. Let me know. This guy is the biggest figure in the world right now. No other person is bigger than Donald Trump in the world right now as a figure, especially in the media. Nobody, not one soul. There's nobody who is amplified like Donald Trump. Nobody. But there is distractions. And I think some of the people are seeing through the distractions now. It's not working. All the stuff what he was doing is not working anymore. All the distractions is not working. People are taking back and looking. They're looking. They're really looking into it. What about the 1,178 he asked for? I don't know. What about the 100s of thousands of illegal bailouts found in the GA? Whoa, man, there's a lot of politics going on, man. A lot of politics going on, man. A lot of politics. And this man is just laughing. Donald Trump is laughing. That's all he's doing. He's just laughing. He's enjoying this. It's a game to him. He's playing with American lives. That's why I hope you guys know. He's playing with American lives, right? You got what, 50,000 people in the Middle East? Americans, near 50,000 Americans are in the Middle East, service men and women in the Middle East. I give the military this respect that not too much, casualties so far, not too much casualties, but a lot of them I'm hearing, I don't know if it's fact, they don't even want to be there. They are refusing to do some of these operations. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. It's the Down to Earth Network. Support the platform, right? Bring up the likes if you can. So, when's the next announcement coming? That's what I'm waiting for. What's the next announcement he's going to put out for people? You got 4 months of war, hit hardcore war coming, eh? July, August, September, October. Before the midterms, the man is going to go berserk and crazy, and he's going to do some crazy ordering of the military to hit hard. Hopefully, no American casualties come through that. And he talked about drafting. If Donald Trump, all the supporters for Donald Trump, this is my question. If you support Donald Trump, if he calls you to go out to war and draft, yes, are you going to go? All the Trump supporters and lovers, are you going to go to the war if you get drafted and it gets more intense? Will you defend for Donald Trump? I got that question. Where ain't you love for the orange ball before the orange man? Are you guys the Donald Trump supporters? Will you go out to fight this war if you are drafted? I want to know. How much are you guys are willing to go out to fight for this man? That's propaganda. No draft is needed. Well, that's what he talked. That came out of his mouth, not mine. That came out of his administration, not me. He's saying possibly it could happen in October. They already have something set up in October. So will you go out to fight for as a Trump supporter if you get drafted by Donald Trump's administration? Are you going out to fight? If he does that announcement again and puts it out that they're doing drafting, are you going? Silence. Silence. No. And I'm going to ask again. One in the chat, who supports Donald Trump? Two, no. One in the chat, if you support Donald Trump, two, no. You know what? A lot of people won't even put two because they're scared. They don't even want to say nothing. You guys debating in the chat, man. Much respect. People, bring up the likes if you can. Support the platform. Bring up the likes if you can, man. It's the Down to Earth Network with your host, Sean Myrie. Yeah, man, I fixed the problem, man. I have fixed the problem. They were doing all types of stuff to the live a couple of weeks ago, and now I fixed the problem, right? People, please subscribe. Support the platform. So, right now, no one wants to go to war. Most of Americans don't want this war. It was just forced because Israel, brought that attention to Donald Trump. Israel brought the attention to Donald Trump. Donald Trump got hustled into going to in this war. That's what happened. It's not America's war. This is Israel's war. Do you guys agree? So what's the next announcement going to be? What do you guys expect your God and King to do next? The Donald Trump, what a lot of people talk about. What do you guys expect him to do, your God and King, right now? What do you expect him to do next? All the Trump supporters. I did rather be ignorant than support that orange buffoon. Yeah, they call him the orange man, right? Some people call him Donald Trump, Donald Slump, Donald Gump, a whole bunch of things, right? Yeah. A lot of people make fun of that man. 100%. So what next do you think he's going to what's the next thing he's going to say? What do you think is going to come out of his mouth? Probably today he's going to talk. I'm expecting some big military operation this weekend going down because there's no more negotiations, people. That's finished. That was stupid from the beginning. He should have just continued bombing, 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 and until they give up. He should have never talked about any negotiations. That shows weakness for America. So what will he's gonna have an announcement again, guaranteed either this weekend or in the week. He's gonna have an announcement what he has to do. Right? Right? Can't call him scared. Donald Trump's gonna have an announcement what he gotta do. He has an announcement what he's coming with. Either tonight, tomorrow, or the week coming. Because that Thursday thing was just a distraction to blame China. That was all just to blame China. Much respect, Skits Beats. Talking about Donald Trump's announcement was Thursday night. A couple other news platforms they didn't cover it. They didn't cover it. I think it was ABC, NBC. It might have been Fox. They didn't cover what he was talking about. Why? Are we going to say it's the Democrats? I don't know. Or they're tired of Donald Trump's lies. It could just be because they're tired of what he's talking about. That's it. Let the president be the president. No clue. Let the president be. Is he being the president? Is he really being the president? Because most presidents don't act like him. Come on now. Most of all the presidents didn't act like him. He even said no other presidents could do the things what he does. So, yes, let the president be a proper president and help American people. That's what he needs to do. Tell me what he's done for America since he's been elected. I'm talking financially. What has he done financially? I want to know. I want to hear from you guys. What has Donald Trump done financially for your pockets? Has the oil gone down? Has your groceries gotten better? Has he gave you guys something? Let me know if I'm wrong, right? Let me know what happened. Has he made the grocery prices go down and the gas prices? Instead of saying Trump is God and Trump is king, let's have a great debate right here. What has he done? Tell me if the gas prices are down. Tell me. And if you have any good personal questions I don't answer on here, unless you're paying me some type of money, which you ain't. I got the PayPal in the description, right? You are all ignorant. Oh God. Let's see what you're saying. Ignorant. Bunch of fools. Donald Trump is no fool. Okay, you're a Trump lover. Okay. Trump was blaming shifting China for stealing 2020 elections and not arresting those Americans who did it. He says he wanted to arrest Obama. He blamed Obama for the 2020 elections. He's still saying he wants to arrest Obama. That's the crazy shit, what he's talking. He wants to arrest Obama. What about him and the 34 charges? What about that? All right? He still got a great charge he has to worry about. The woman's still suing him or whatever civil suit for 85 million. She won the 5 million already. So, what are you saying? Yes, oil did go down. Stock market hit more historic highs than ever. Now, for some states it went down, but it's still high. They made it the norm. How's California's gas? The last time I heard, it was like $6 a gallon or something like that. Near $7. Las Vegas too, the West Coast, high prices. And I heard recently it hasn't really changed too much, and it's going to go up more. The more this Donald Trump wants to keep the military in the Middle East, the more the prices are going to go up. It will never stop, right? You think about deportation? I think he's right about deportation. I'm going to answer you. What you say, Ticker Stewart? He's right about deportation. If you come into America or any country illegal, your ass should get deported. Why are people defending anybody in regards to that? I support Donald Trump when it comes to deportation. You don't get a free trip to any country, be it America, Canada, England, anywhere. As long as you are coming in illegal, you are illegal. Illegal is illegal. So deport all of their asses back to where they come from, right? There's people who are trying to come to America and other countries legally. They got to pay for it. They got to go through registration documents, not sneaking in through a border or jumping in some type of truck to get into America. That is illegal. That is criminal. Your ass should get first locked up and deported. So I support that. Yeah. Obama committed treason and should be in jail. And so people could bring that argument with Trump. People could bring the same argument with Donald Trump, that Donald Trump should be in prison too. What are you saying? Right? In the beginning, he said there would be a pinch in the term money. So I guess we can agree he is doing something. Yep. Yep. But I agree with Trump with the immigrant stuff. I mean, illegals in the country. I'm not for that. No, that's stupid. Whoever will support that, I don't know who could defend that. I'm looking for whoever defends that. Let me know who's defending that in the chat. Whoever's defending that illegals should be in the country or any country, let me know because that's stupid shit. If you're illegal, your ass get deported right back to your country. hmm Trump has not illegally spied on opposing political campaigns. Maybe, maybe, right? We don't know. Stick with what has Trump done for you. Yeah, what has he done? That's what I'm waiting for. No one could answer that question for me. Of all the debates I had and seen all the Trump talk, no one could tell me what he's done great for America. I'm talking financially for their pockets. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What has Trump done financially great for all your pockets? What has he done? Foolish, you're right. Like, why should Trump be in the jail? He would be if y'all had evidence. They don't really have no evidence. They got the 34, well, they do, the 34 charges, which went over people's heads. Recently, the judge granted a lady $5 million for a sexual assault case they believe Trump was involved in. So normally, normal citizens would get locked up in prison, but because he's a billionaire, he doesn't go to prison. And this just happened 3 days ago. Google it. The woman won was awarded $5 million. Yeah, awarded $5 million. The judge believed Donald Trump committed that action. If he was a poor soul out in the street who done the same crime, he would be in prison right now. So what are you saying? Money talks, bullshit walks. If you have money, you could get out of everything. That's why Donald Trump pardons a lot of criminals. He has pardoned many people, and there's people right now in prison trying to beg for him to pardon them. Puff Daddy, R. Kelly, like imagine the worst with their case, sexual abuse cases, is asking the president to pardon them right now. Right? Big celebrities. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes if you can. The 34 charges were BS and she hasn't been paid. Yeah, they did. They did. They awarded her. Maybe she ain't got the money yet, but they awarded her. It didn't go Trump's way. It didn't go down to Trump's way. Maybe she didn't get the money yet, but they did. They had awarded her the dollars. They gave her the money, right? They have awarded her that 5 million. She may not have gotten it yet, but he didn't win that case. 100%. You could love Trump all you want, cry, knock, yeah, scratch the wall and all that, but they have it in written. He lost. She won. He lost. She won. And even if the money wasn't awarded yet, it might be coming because he's fighting not to give the money. That's why. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes. Bring up the likes. Support the platform. It's the Down to Earth Network, right? And Tory Jane in jail because a chick lied. Oh, Tory Lanez. He ain't coming out of jail. He's begging for Trump for a pardon. Tory Lane, sorry, man. Respect to you, brother. But you ain't coming out of prison, man. You're Canadian. You are Canadian, and Trump hates Canada right now. Sorry, brother. He ain't pardoning you. Maybe Puff Daddy before you. That's not going to happen. Don't matter how much evidence they bring out. It does. It's not. It's just not a good time. You probably have to wait until he's finished being the president. Then he'll pardon you. He might pardon Puff Daddy before you. That's what. Sorry, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen, man. Sorry, it ain't gonna happen. Right? That's why I don't believe the chick is with Trump. Did you watch the trial? I watched some of it. I watched some of it. It's not finished. It's not finished. But I'm waiting for his major announcement to come soon. He has a new announcement coming, eh? His new announcement is coming. Maybe tonight on Truth Social, maybe Sunday night, maybe in the week. But he has a big announcement coming. That announcement on Thursday was a pump fake. That was just to poke at China. That was just to to send a message to China. I know that you're helping Iran. That's what it was. It was basically saying, I know you're helping Iran, and guess what? We might have to screw you up too because you're helping Iran. That's what it was. 100%. That's the only reason he talked on Thursday night, really. But what's coming now? Some more bullshit. I'm waiting for him to help Americans. Make America great again. Stop making America hate again. Make America great again. And how are you making America great? Let me know. Sounds like fear mongering again, low, just when I thought you and against Democrats. I'm not with no Democrat or Republicans. I'm not with any of the damn parties. Never. Not with any party because they're controlled by someone bigger than both of them. If you don't understand, it's called the NWO, a foreign body, a body of different, I say, associations, organizations. It's not a local thing. Controls America and controls other countries. It's not any, a president is a puppet. If you guys think this Democrat and Republican stuff is it, you're really brainwashed because that's just a distraction. No Democrat and Republican is going to do a difference right now. Same shit, different name, different characters, right? America doesn't control itself. It's a group, a body, international group. You don't know them. The only guy who came out in the light, I'll give you guys a hint, and he shouldn't have came out in the light, is a guy called Elon Musk. Let me say it again. The only guy who came out in the light who should not be coming out in the light, the richest man in the world that aligned himself with Donald Trump, is Elon Musk. And there's more Elon Musk out there, right? So America is not controlled by Trump, really. He's just the puppet for the other guys who I'll talk about later, or individuals. That's all he is. Sorry to break you guys' bubble, but America doesn't control itself. That's why China could buy chunks of places in America, right? That's why you got Saudis that control chunks or own chunks of places in Houston, Texas, America. The list goes on. It goes on and on and on. Foreign bodies own a big population of land and property in America. It's not Americans. And Israel too. And Israel too. Let me say it again. Who you think controls the industry? Who you think controls the music industry and the entertainment industry? Look it up. Who do you think controls Spotify? Look it up. Who do you think controls what's called Twitter? Elon Musk is not American. He's an American citizen. Elon Musk is he's born in South Africa. If you don't know, Donald Trump's son-in-law. Look up who's Donald Trump's son-in-law. Yeah, right? So America doesn't control nothing. It's a body of people who control America, who've been doing it from a long time. If you want to go in my conspiracy bag and get more deeper, you want me to get more deep? Even this is supposed to be Donald Trump's big announcement. You remember the so-called announcement about aliens? It's talking about aliens and how they're saying that they're among us. If you believe that shit, because they were releasing alien files too. That's another distraction. You're gonna see it on Instagram. They're releasing these files, right? You want me to go into my conspiracy bag? Now, just say these beings are among us as they've been promoting, and all of a sudden the Pentagon is releasing stuff because Donald Trump forced them to. And this was supposed to be a big announcement. Donald Trump with the disclosure. Maybe that's what's coming up. Now, they're saying they're among us. They're slowly saying that they control us. They're slowly bringing up this reptilian shit, which being in conspiracy theorist circles, that the elites that control the government are reptilian. If you believe that, if you do believe that, because a lot of people do believe in aliens, right? Now that's the norm. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Now that's the norm, the alien shit. That's the next big thing he should be talking about. We might hear it. That's the next announcement. The disclosure we've been hearing about 2 months. Every day you're seeing them talk about this alien stuff more and disclosure stuff. And we released some videos. Now that's being released before the Epstein files. They're showing you all these alien videos, but no Epstein stuff. No Epstein stuff. So the major announcement next time I'm expecting is this alien disclosure stuff, right? Them stop blaming Trump for everything. Trump is not the main person. You can't blame Trump for everything. You can't, because he's not the one who's really controlling everything. You see that they stopped him in a lot of stuff. Democrats and Republicans came together and stopped his tariffs and stopped a lot of his stuff. So that shows you that it's a body of people who control America, because he couldn't do anything when you have Democrats and Republicans united against him, right? Right? What's going on, people? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. It's the Down to Earth Network with your host, Sean Myrie. Now, there will be an announcement tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe in the week. But the main thing, what I'm saying, and no one could ever bring it up, what has he done for you lately? What has he done for you lately? Has anything he's done benefit the American people? What has he done? When you're not a trained SEAL, you can't see reality. You're right, and I see the reality. What has he done for the American people's pockets? That's what I'm waiting for. What has he done? Let me know. That's what I want to see. I want to see that he brought something in to help the poor people. I want to hear that he helped the health care. I want to hear that he's been helping families. I want to see that he's been doing a lot of the shit. What's beneficial to American people. Frig the war. Frig Iran. Who cares about Iran? Who cares about all the rest of the world? What is he helping locally, domestically? What is he doing? Right? Not shit. See, you're right. You're right. Prince cash you out. What has he done? Prince, a lot of the MAGA people are in here. Be aware, man. Prince, be aware. The MAGA people will come and attack you. The MAGA people are coming after you, man, if you say something bad about Trump. Trump hustled billions with a crypto scam. Yup, I saw documentaries of Trump way before he's a president, man. And this guy was doing a lot of stuff way before. There's some people who are bandwagonists who did not like Trump who all of a sudden like Trump right now. Yeah. And yo, OG Kicks, if you're in here, I fixed the problem, man. I fixed the problem, OG. I fixed the problem. Much respect to everybody in the chat. Don't watch CNN at all. I don't watch CNN. I was forced to watch CNN because my pops always watched that shit. He still watches that shit. I hate CNN. He still watches that. Imagine growing up and that's what is played all the time. Man, you coming from school, CNN. You're going to sleep, CNN. Damn, I hate CNN. Sorry. And you can't face reality, you won't have hands. Yep, yep. A lot of people are not in reality. So far, all the MAGA supporters, they can they didn't have no good debate today, man. No good debate. When I'm asking them what Trump has done good for them, nothing. I haven't heard nothing what he has done good. Nothing. The only thing they probably like is that he deported people, but it hasn't done anything for their pockets so far, right? Trump and Netanyahu run what? The frenemies game. Yes, yes, the frenemies game. You're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. Skits beats. You haven't listened. I don't think you. Who you talking about? Haven't listened. I don't know if you're talking about me or you're talking about other people, but I have listened a lot about Trump for the last couple months. I've listened to a lot of his shit so much that I don't want to listen to everything what he's saying because it's the same ring around stuff, especially in regards to the war. America lost the war. America's going to be in some crazy debt and it's going to get worse. And you're going to hear about attacks going on in America, like what happened almost on his birthday. You're going to hear about, and it's Americans you're going to hear, not foreigners. It's Americans, own American blood, red-blooded Americans are going to be attacking other Americans. It almost happened on his birthday. No one's talking about that. The five guys who were arrested for attempted assassination on Trump's life, nothing. Silence, right? Trump is running cover for Israel and flatten Gaza and selling their real estate. Yep, it's all about real estate. He's a real estate man. Was under Biden. Everything's cheaper than it was under Biden. Is that true? Was the gas more high when Biden was the president? Was the gas prices more high? Let me know. When Biden was the president, was the gas prices high? Let me know if you guys want me to stay on, man, because I'm tired of this shit. I got to get another drink. Yep. Yes, in the chat if you want this dialogue to continue. No in the chat. Let me know because I need a drink. Trump recycled the same speech from 2020 talking about voter fraud. You're right. And people still believe in the lie even after 6 years. That's my point. He's been saying this stuff. He's been saying this stuff, right? He's been saying this stuff. I want to get a drink because I'm thirsty. You guys keep debating. I will be back. Let me get a drink, right? I need a drink. Trust me. And my mouth is So what you guys saying? What you guys saying? I got my drink, man. People, please subscribe, support the platform if you can, support the network. Yeah, so people, wake up, man. I hope you're waking up because someone had a point, and I think it's Carpin dismissed Trump's appointment judges. At least someone with sense is in here. Well, there's a lot of people with sense in here, but Carpandina, I don't know if I'm saying it, it's brought a lot of facts out. He said it right. Read his comments, what he said. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Thursday night was a rerun of years what he was talking before. So that shows you it's a distraction. Thursday night is a rerun what he was saying before. It was just a rerun, man. What up? What up? What up? Everybody, wake up, man. Wake up. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What are you saying? It's the Down to Earth Network, man. He just done a rerun Thursday night, repeating stuff what he said years ago, mad about the elections and bringing up China and bringing up undocumented people who voted against him and how he wants to lock up Obama. He said that a couple of months ago. He wants to lock Obama up, right? So what's next on his plate is more talking, more distractions, not helping American people, not helping them with their bills. There's no what how's the healthcare? He got rid of Obamacare, right? Didn't he get rid of Obamacare? How's that going right now? How are the people who can't afford basically, they don't have a good job and can't afford their healthcare? Let me know. He's a line about the economy, but he's confident because he got the oil, Venezuelan oil. Right? He's confident because he got the Venezuelan oil, so that's why he's, acting the way he is. Damn, Obama, that did nothing for masculine men. I didn't like Obama. I didn't really have nothing to say about Obama. I just didn't like Obama. Like, you know what I mean? Not saying I hate Obama, I just didn't like him. Right? Trump destroyed everything again and again. Yes, OG. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's destroyed a lot of stuff. Right? If elections are so very corrupt, how in the hell did he win the presidency? You're right. It doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense. He's saying it's corrupt, right? And then how did he win it? So that means, I said it earlier, that means he done the same thing. So if the elections are corrupt and then he became the president, remember for the second time, was his elections the same thing too? Good point. Destroyed what? DL locked simulator to your picture. Uh-uh. Oh, Lee. It doesn't make sense, man. Make it make sense. Either way. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. He's saying they done all this stuff for elections to screw him up, but he became the president. You're the president now. You realize that? Because you're put there. That's my opinion. He's put there. That's what's going on, right? But a lot of people see through the smoke. They see through the smoke, and his new campaign is to badmouth Canada and saying Canada's smoke is we're gonna do what is a tariff on Canada for all the smoke coming from Canada, wildfires, right? He won because Democrats messed up so bad they couldn't win a single state. Repeating slogans, definitely a cult member. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what else could I say. All I gotta say is Donald Trump has fooled people to believing in his lies for years. It worked. He said long time ago, as my brother stated, if you want to become the president, you got to become a Republican. And he said that Americans will believe anything on TV. This is what Donald Trump said. Americans will believe anything they see on TV, and that's why Donald Trump is a media person. That's why he had Apprentice. This was all built up before he ran. That was his campaign, doing all of that media stuff. The whole time Obama was the president, he was criticizing Obama for 8 years. That was his media campaign. The whole time Obama was the president, he was criticizing him. That was his media campaign. So now here you see him. Here you see him right now, right? Because half the country is racist. Why don't people want to admit that? I respect people who admit that. Yes, half the country is racist, and he's feeding off of that hate. Donald Trump's feeding off of the hatred of Americans to put himself in power. Didn't you see what happened in Washington when he called those people and how they went crazy and stuff? Yes, let's be realistic, right? Raw and unfiltered. A lot of Americans are like that, as you mentioned, a lot of them. Vice versa. A lot of hatred. You see it on social media every day. A whole bunch of stories that you see constantly. It's not AI. You see videos of a lot of Caucasian men angry, saying all types of stuff, getting caught on camera, and it keeps going. The list goes on. You see how some of the police treat people, right? Which is unlawful. You see some of the police getting caught from other police, undercover stings, or whatever you want to call it. That they're like, yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. What did Joe feed off of? He was the biggest race. Yeah, he was. Joe Biden is not innocent, and Bill Clinton is not innocent, and his wife is not innocent. They were no, they weren't better than Trump. Clinton was not better than Trump. Joe Biden wasn't better than Trump. Clinton probably was more, he was worse in that department than Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. They just hit it and never spoke. They just were silent with it, right? They locked up plenty of black men in America. Mr. Clinton and with his wife, they locked up many black men, or influenced many black men to get locked up. Bless up, real Toronto DVD. Respect. The announcement was just a rerun, man. He just repeated stuff what he said years ago, complaining about the election fraud. He said China was involved in doing screwing up his elections, and then or undocumented people were voting, and that should have never been included. That's what he was bringing up, old news. He wasn't bringing any new news saying that he's helping American people with their taxes or helping, anything. There's nothing. He didn't talk about anything what is gonna make America great again. All he is doing is making America hate again. Yes. That's all he's doing is making America hate again. Oh, Skip, I'll bring up the Obama. Bring up the Obama stuff, man. I don't run from nothing. Bring up the Obama. There's so much people in the chat. I can't keep track of everything. Aaron, shut up. Yeah, bring up the Obama stuff if you want. Because I'm not defending Obama. Mm-mm. I'm not defending no Obama. I don't know what in. Yeah, even the will rip you apart. Right? Even the Trump supporters don't like dummies. Some of the Trump supporters don't even like dummies too. Right? Come with sense. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. All you want to hear is about free shit. What's the free shit? What's the? It shouldn't be free. Who said free? He just needs to do something. Help! Help! Help the people. Help the poor. Help the people with the farmers. He said he's helping the farmers. He said he's helping some farmers. Help! Help the people in some type of way, right? Food stamps. Mm-mm. The food stamps is garbage, and that ain't. Don't even put that with reparations. That's another story. Don't even put that reparations, because that has nothing to do with black people welfare and reparations. There's tons of white people on welfare in America. That's a big stereotype, man. Big stereotype. Stop that. There's a big. Just go watch Cops. Go watch. Remember Cops? Show Cops. Go turn that show on and see who they're arresting majority of the times, and go look how they're living. Remember Cops? Let me remind you. Remember Cops? That show Cops. Go watch that show. Go watch that show. That's a big stereotype. A lot of Black Americans are successful and working and educated. A lot of Black Americans, tons of them, right? Please keep aborting your own babies. You got to talk about everybody. You got to talk about a lot of other people, man. Whoever you're talking about, if you're trying to reference that to Black people, I'm going to tell you something. My knowledge, where that comes from. And not to just hate on anybody, but there's tons of Caucasian women who've been doing that for a long time, and it's like normal to them. I've heard people talk. That's normal to them, right? Even if you see some Black ladies might have 5 to 7 children, where's the abortion if they have that much children? Make it make sense, right? Make it make sense, right? Doesn't make sense what you're saying. How can he help when Democrats fight every move they make to take some account? Democrats can't do nothing. They have to use them. They have to use Republicans. The Democrats are using Republicans to fight. Both parties are going against Donald Trump. I hope you guys know this is not a Democrat. This is not a Republican thing. Let me say it again to clarify it. This is not a Democrat. This is not a Republican thing because most of all the stuff what's been voted against Trump is Democrats helping. I mean, Republicans. Let me say it again. A lot of Republicans been helping the Democrats. So that means nothing, the party, when you have Republicans helping Democrats. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? They're jealous because their parents and grandparents don't look that good. But yeah, people, much respect for joining the chat, the Down to Earth Network. Much respect. Much respect, people. Yep, welfare was started right after the Great Depression. The real welfare kings and queens are white. Yes, it's true. It's true. It's true. They're mad because they didn't get their stimulus check. Yeah, it's fact. It's true, people. People, please subscribe. Later on tonight, I will be on 9 or 10, possibly, for some more news. Thank you all for joining the Down to Earth Network. I'm your host, Sean Myrie, and I'm out.